Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we diving deep into one of the greatest superhero films ever made. Christopher Nolan's 2008 masterpiece, The Dark Knight. This isn't just a comic book movie. It's a crime epic that changed the game forever. But even if you've seen it a dozen times, I bet there are some incredible behind-the-scenes stories you've never heard. So, let's pull back the curtain on the making of this cinematic legend. First, let's talk about that unforgettable opening scene, the bank heist. To make it feel as real as possible, Nolan did something pretty incredible. He shot the entire sequence using IMAX cameras, a first for a major feature film. This wasn't just a gimmick. The massive high-resolution format created an immersive, almost overwhelming experience, dropping the audience right into the middle of the action. The gamble paid off, setting a new standard for blockbuster filmmaking. Of course, you can't talk about The Dark Knight without talking about Heath Ledger's Joker. His performance is the stuff of legend, but how did he prepare for such a demanding role? To find his character's voice and twisted mindset, Ledger isolated himself in a hotel room for about a month. He kept a diary, filling it with the Joker's thoughts, drawings, and inspirations, which included things like hyenas, the chaos of A Clockwork Orange, and punk rock icons. He wanted to create a villain who was a true anarchist, someone with zero empathy, who just wanted to watch the world burn. It was this intense dedication that resulted in an unsettling, mesmerizing, and ultimately Oscar-winning performance. Here's a fun fact about the Batsuit. For Batman Begins, the suit was notoriously stiff and hard to move in. Christian Bale even complained about how restrictive it was. So for The Dark Knight, the costume department completely redesigned it. The new suit was made from over 200 individual pieces of rubber, fiberglass, and nylon, all attached to a flexible mesh. This modular design gave Bale much more freedom of movement, especially allowing him to finally turn his head, something previous Batman could only dream of. And what about that epic truck flip scene? You might think that was all CGI, but you'd be wrong. Christopher Nolan, being a huge fan of practical effects, insisted on doing it for real. The special effects team rigged a massive 18-wheeler with a giant steam piston underneath. On the streets of Chicago's financial district, they fired the piston, and the truck was launched into the air, flipping end over end, exactly as you see it in the movie. No digital trickery, just pure, jaw-dropping practical filmmaking. The movie's impact was immediate and long-lasting. Its gritty realism, complex themes, and Ledger's iconic performance resonated with audiences and critics alike. It became the first superhero film to gross over $1 billion worldwide. More than that, its critical acclaim, especially after being snubbed for a Best Picture nomination at the Oscars, led the Academy to expand the category from 5 nominees to 10, ensuring that popular, well-crafted blockbusters would have a better chance in the future. The Dark Knight didn't just entertain. It literally changed the rules of Hollywood. From its groundbreaking use of IMAX to the legendary performances and mind-blowing practical effects, The Dark Knight remains a towering achievement in cinema. It proved that a movie about a man in a bat costume could be a serious, compelling piece of art. What's your favorite moment from the film? Let me know down in the comments. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this deep dive, make sure to like and subscribe for more. See you next time.